Hi guys. Today I wanted to switch it up and do a screen recording with you because people aren't watching my LinkedIn videos, and LinkedIn is such a critical way for job seekers to find jobs. It's such a critical way for people to connect and network with people, and I think this visual representation is really going to help today. So we're going to we're going to go through it relatively quickly, and hopefully not looking at my face and looking at my background and my profile will help you today. So I'm going to move my cursor around a lot. This is the famous LinkedIn background image. I have used my company logo here, and what I did is I went to canva.com and I created an image where I split the image and I put a little bit of background just to highlight my profile picture. Again, really up to you. What you want to be thinking about is professional. You want to be thinking about something that ties to you and your professional career. And so a great example would be a software engineer. Throw some random code up there off of a Google image and it will look great. And your LinkedIn profile should be visually stimulating. It really helps engage people and keep them on your profile. Okay, this is a big one. Your profile pic image. I cannot emphasize this enough. This picture should be only of you. The background should be relatively simplistic. It should be shoulders above, absolutely shoulders above. And most importantly, you should be smiling. People are much more likely to click on your profile. If you're smiling, it shows you're warm, you're engaging. And a recent study out of Penn State said it makes you appear more competent. Go find a wall, stand up against a wall, take a selfie. It's really easy to make this change and make this picture look great. The headline. This headline is really, really critical. If you're working as a software engineer at Google, for instance, that's great. Put software engineer at Google. The more specific you can be, the better. Software engineer in San Francisco office working on back-end Java for Google, something like that. But if you are a job seeker, this is really critical. The more specificity you can put in here, the better. This is what somebody's going to see when they're searching for you. So absolutely, if you're seeking a job, start with seeking, and then again, as specific as possible. So if you're looking for an engineering role, is it back end? Is it front end? Do you want to just work remote? Do you want to just work in the Bay Area? Really, that specificity is going to be critical. Really play around with this. I change my headline almost on a weekly basis. This part, I just want to make sure that all your information is up to date. A lot of people's info here isn't up to date, so this should be your recent company. This should be your most recent education. If I click in to see contact info, you're going to see all my contact info. I have two company websites. One is my actual company website, then one is my YouTube channel. It has my phone number if you want to call me. It has my address, my work email, my Twitter. I even have my birthday on there. And then another important item, you can fix and make sure that your profile has just your name on the end. It's a very simple fix, so I would recommend that as well. Okay, let's scroll down to the summary section. So you can see I have kept my summary very short and simplistic. Some people want to add more than 3 lines of content. Sure, that's great. I highly recommend it. The most important item is you want to say everything in these first 3 lines, because imagine that somebody's not going to click on that see more button if I had put more information in here. What do you want to say in these 3 lines that's really impactful and going to have somebody interested to keep reviewing your profile? Okay, so it's really, really critical. You can put more than 3 lines in there, but just focus on making these 3 lines really important. So what I did was I also added content in here. I added a couple of my LinkedIn videos because it's on LinkedIn. I think this information is really helpful. So adding media or articles or anything in here is great. So as we scroll down here, this is just going to show you some basic content. Okay, articles and activity. So you can see this is going to be all my articles and activity. I have a ton of it. This will help you show up in more feeds. It will help you show up on other people's profiles again in their feed. So make sure you're liking, commenting, creating your own content, sharing cool articles. This part's really important. So just keep it going. Okay, as we scroll down to experience, I think that this is an area where people are really missing the mark. Now, on my profile, because I'm a recruiter, I don't have likely as many unique skills as, let's say, a software engineer. But if you're a software engineer and you've had 3 engineering roles and you never put your technical skills, how you performed, well, you're going to show up in less searches. And that's why under these see more and the content here under your experience, this should look very much like a resume. If you're getting advice that this shouldn't look like a resume, it's wrong, because the vast majority of people, especially for job seekers that will find you, they'll use the advanced LinkedIn recruiter tool and they'll do keyword searches. Those keywords will show up as highlighted in your profile. And wow, when I can see Java 10 times in your profile, I know you're probably somebody I want to talk to. So it's really important. It can be a little bit more streamlined, but you can see, again, I've kept mine very short and simplistic. I have, again, built in media because I love building media in. It's visually stimulating. You can click through it. You can look at it. And again, not a ton of data here. I've put what I recruited for and a few accomplishments that I'm really proud of, and so on and so forth. But I added in media throughout. Have this look very much like a resume. If I'm a recruiter and I'm searching for you, and let's say I'm looking for 2 different technical recruiters at Google, and one just says technical recruiter, and then the other one says recruited software engineers for the cloud space, and those are my specific needs, I'm going to be much more likely to hire and reach out to the person who put those specific items. As we scroll down, education, years is not as important, but you definitely want to get your education in there. If you did not complete your degree, say how close you are. 20 of 34 credits, each class is a credit, 1 semester away, 3 semesters away. Do not put this in here if you have not completed it without noting that you have not completed it. And then if you were part of a fraternity or you were on the soccer team, etc., put that information in here. I focused on my studies, so I didn't have any of that extracurricular here. I also added in media, so you can go just check out a little snippet on Gettysburg. For my high school, there was a famous commencement speech given there after I graduated, so I put that one in there, just adding a little bit more content and just a little bit more color to my profile. As you go down to volunteer experience, and as we work to the bottom, this is less important, but somebody might have a connection to one of these organizations that you volunteered at. So make sure you have this volunteer information in there. Skills and endorsements, I'll click on show more. Obviously, this is an area where people can come in, endorse you, like your profile. So just something to be thinking about and working on. I guess it's less important, but something to just do just to, again, round out your profile. As we go down to recommendations, this is also an area that's being less used lately, but the most important item that I like to see is given versus received. I want to see more given than received because it shows that you're a giver. I automatically am going to have an uptick in how much I like you when I see you've given more. And that's not to say anybody who hasn't given any that there's a downtick there. It's okay. It's just give some great recommendations. I'm sure you've worked with amazing people. They would really appreciate it. And especially if you're in the job search, you're in that part of your life where you're searching or seeking a job, giving recommendations can open some doors. Some accomplishments here. I speak English and basic Spanish, so I wanted to put that in there. And then my interests, this kind of rounds it out. These are some interests that I have, some companies that I'm interested in, etc. So really, when you think about your LinkedIn profile, I really want you to focus on the top. But what I'm seeing is people aren't watching my LinkedIn videos, and 99% of people have at least one error. They're missing something in their profile. There are very few profiles that I would say are complete, look good, and having a great profile can make an absolutely huge impact in your job search, your ability to network, etc. So I just wanted to take the opportunity today to get on a little audio, go through my LinkedIn profile, and show you a few of the things that I've done that I think will also help you have success. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this content helped.